Welcome back to the Lowdown in the special edition where we talk about a second event happening in July, the Frederick Douglass reading at Frederick Douglass Park. We are now joined by Wendy Joseph in addition to Nicole. Thanks for coming back on.
Thank you. Nice to see you again, Danny.
You as well. You're both becoming regulars. This is fun. So first of all, Wendy, you wanted to talk a little bit about the history of the event, its historical significance.
Yes, the event, which was created by Mass Humanities about 10, 15 years ago, was tailor-made for nonprofits to be able to speak to the community. And this is actually, they picked this very particular speech by Frederick Douglass, of course, a son of Lynn, which was written in 1852. And he was saying in his speech, "What to the slave is the 4th of July." He was telling people that although the African Americans and the enslaved African Americans were still very patriotic and loved this country, he was pointing out that not so long ago, you all were fighting your enslavement from British taxes and from British rule. And he's calling out the hypocrisy about the American political system.
To say, I don't think I've ever heard the full speech, so I'm very interested in this. How does it work? Does one person do the speech? Do you have multiple speakers?
We have the speech that is in a 45-minute version, and it's parsed out into paragraphs. So everyone can come up and read a paragraph. They can also come back and read as many paragraphs as they like. We've decided to set it up so that there's 2 mics up on stage so that the speakers for the next paragraph can be right up there. So we're moving right along, and it also helps you in that continuity of going from one to the next. You can really get the words of Frederick Douglass and exactly understand his argument.
Mm-hmm. And I mentioned a little bit about where it was, but can you talk about the timing and when it is?
So it is on July 3rd. Begins at 11 a.m. at the combination Frederick Douglass Park and Lynn Museum. As we know, for the past couple of years, both the Juneteenth celebration and the Frederick Douglass celebration had been rained out. Thankfully, we did have Lynn Museum to cover us, yes. But we have high hopes for the weather this time.
Yes, hopefully the weather holds out. And Nicole, you're speaking a bit about the entertainment piece.
Yes,
there as well.
So we do have some Afrobeats, again, from Boston Afrobeats. They'll be coming with, I believe, 2 dancers and doing some dancing. And then we have Janie David, who's going to be providing us with a performance of the Black National Anthem. And we have also One of a Kind, who's going to be doing a couple of songs from their catalog as well. And we have DJ Cosmic D on the turntables providing us with some sound. So we also have some face painting going on. So it's going to be another family-friendly, lively event. We also have food that we will be giving out for free as well. So definitely come down and enjoy yourself.
This event as well seems like a good mix of fun, but also really learning about history that people may not be as familiar with.
The history of the positive aspects of African American culture, and people who have never heard this reading before, sometimes they think that they are going to be a little bit off-put by that early 19th century style of speaking. Mm-hmm. But I have seen people who are just chatting away during the whole reading, and then all of a sudden they're standing with their mouths open and kind of walking towards the stage and saying, "I'm going to go and speak a paragraph." Mm. And whenever you speak of those words of Frederick Douglass, you hear them coming out of your own mouth, you are absolutely 10% smarter than when you first walked up on that stage. It's a wonderful feeling.
And I want to invite people to register to read, because we have this year set up a Google Doc where you can go online and register to be a reader for the event. So there's how many paragraphs?
There's 45.
So 45 paragraphs altogether. You can, like Wendy said, read as many as you want, but we would love to know a little bit ahead of time who is interested in being a reader. So if you want to go on our website and sign up to read, that would be great.
Good. Gives you a little heads up warning too to see who might be a walk-on and who's going to be more prepared for it, right?
Right, absolutely.
Increase the continuity of it. And before I wrap up in a moment, was there anything else either of you wanted to mention about the event?
It's a long-running event. This is the second nonprofit that has taken over this event, and through North Shore Juneteenth Association, we're able to get much more people involved. So we're so happy to continue this tradition.
Yeah, and it's free to the community, so please, please show up. 11 a.m. July 3rd at Frederick Douglass Park and at Lynn Museum.
Well, thank you both for coming on to talk about these events and really doing the combined interview to really give people a scope of what's happening in the community.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Of course. Thank you again. And if you're interested, come check out these free events. And once again, I'm Danny Vittori. This is the Lynn Lowdown, and we'll see you next week with more guests.